Closing the wrong credit card the wrong way can quietly tank your ability to get funded, and almost nobody talks about it until it's already done the damage. Because at some point, you're going to want to close a credit card, an annual fee you don't feel like paying for, or a card you've just outgrown. Whatever the reason is, and if you just cancel it the way most people cancel it, you can lose the limit, lose your points, and drop your score at the exact moment you need it to be strong. There's a right way to do this. Let me walk you through exactly what the rules are. Rule number 1, and there's 5 rules here, by the way. Rule number 1, never close your oldest account. The real chunk of your credit score comes from the average age of your accounts, and your oldest card is an anchor of holding that average up. They're also looking at what exactly is your oldest account and how old is it? It's something that boosts your score up over time. So the day you close it, you rip that anchor out. Your average age drops and your score drops with it. So keep that old card alive, even if you barely touch it. One small charge a year, paid off, keep it open, and keep it working for you. The oldest card is the last one you ever want to close. Rule number 2, call retention before you cancel anything. When you call a bank close to the annual fee time, you usually get routed to a retention department, especially if you tell them you're interested in closing the account. So this department exists for one reason: to keep you from leaving. They want to keep you having the account open. So they give you offers. They give you retention offers, statement credits, bonus points. Sometimes they'll even just waive the fee for another year, and people cancel their cards without even asking. And they do this by leaving money, points, things on the table. So always call and always ask the question, is there a retention available to me on my account for keeping this card open? And before that, you want to tell them, hey, I'm considering canceling this card. I'm familiar with the benefits. I don't want to pay it anymore. I'm just not getting the full value out of this card. By chance, is there a retention offer available to me that would help incentivize me on keeping the account open? At American Express, they're the most generous with retention offers, so you always want to call. Capital One, Chase, Bank of America, American Express, you always want to call. And worst case, they just say no, and you're stuck in the exact same spot where you started. Best case, they pay you in benefits to stick around for another year for free, or just with a bunch of new points. Rule number 3, downgrade instead of closing. This is one of my favorite rules of these 5. Downgrade instead of closing. A lot of the premium cards can be downgraded to a no-fee version of the card from the same bank. So instead of being closed outright, you just downgrade it. You drop the annual fee, but you keep the account open. And that's the part that matters. You keep the account's age and you keep its limit. So why does the bank let you do this? Because they'd rather keep you as a customer on a free card than lose you entirely. So they make it easy. Downgrading is almost always smarter than closing because you solve the fee problem without throwing away the history, all the payment history, the age, etc., that's been propping up your score. So here are some perfect examples of cards that you can do this with. The Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, downgrade to the Chase Freedom Unlimited. And I've done this. And actually, I even have 2 Chase Freedom Unlimiteds, which is pretty rare for banks to let you have 2 of the same cards, but this card you can. So when I did it, I downgraded my Chase Sapphire Reserve to the Freedom Unlimited at Chase, and then I followed it by applying for the Chase Sapphire Preferred to score a 100,000 point sign-up bonus for this new Chase Sapphire Preferred. Another example where you can do this downgrade strategy is at Capital One. From the Capital One Venture X card to the Capital One Venture. Both score you 2 points per dollar spent on everything on both of those cards, but the Venture X has a $400 annual fee, and I just didn't want to pay it anymore. It had some travel benefits. You get a $300 travel credit booking on a hotel, but you have to book it through the Capital One portal. It gave me lounge access, I think TSA PreCheck, etc. But I had other travel cards, so I just didn't want to pay the annual fee. I wasn't using it, but I still wanted the 2 points per dollar spent. So instead, I downgraded from the Venture X to the Venture, and I still have 2 points per dollar spent on everything. It's really a no-brainer card, and it has no annual fee. So I kept the age, I kept the limit, I kept the account, and I'm still earning 2 points per dollar spent on this Venture card with no annual fee. And one timing note on the fees is if a bank just hit you with the annual fee, and that's what's making you want to close, don't rush unless it's Capital One. I'll tell you why. A lot of banks will actually refund you that fee when you cancel or downgrade within a short period of time, which is generally 30 days, except Capital One. So if the Capital One fee hits, you're stuck with that for another year. At Chase or American Express, if that annual fee hits, they'll give you 30 days to downgrade or just straight cancel the card, and they won't make you pay for that annual fee. But at Capital One, once it hits, you're stuck with it. So when you get around to the annual fee, make sure you call them around the annual fee. If it's Capital One, call them before it hits and ask them, one, for a retention offer, and two, if they don't give it to you, then ask about downgrading. So patience saves you money and it saves the account. And really, the bigger shift here is the mindset one. Closing a card should be rare. Every card open is available credit, and available credit holds your utilization down, which holds your score up. So the default question isn't, should I close this? It's, how do I keep this open painlessly as long as possible? So closing is really the last resort and not the first reflex. It shouldn't be the first reflex. And most of the time, the right answer is just downgrade it. Keep it, forget about it, and let it quietly build age over time. Just make sure the auto pay is on. It's best if you can put at least one transaction on a year so they never close it down, but let it help you. Rule number 4 is protect your points before you close. This is the one that truly can burn people. So listen closely. With certain rewards, like at Chase, American Express, the moment you close the card, the points sitting on that account can disappear. They're gone. So the first order of operations is move the points first. At Chase, you can actually move the points to a different card. At American Express, if you close your last Amex membership reward earning card, you're going to lose all your points. So if you were going to do that, you would want to transfer your points from American Express to a partner, or at Chase, like I mentioned, you can combine them to a different card. So keep that in mind so you don't lose your points. So move first, then close second, if you have to close. So do it in that order and your points are safe. Do it backwards and you can watch your points, the pile of points, go from big to vanish on one specific phone call, canceling the card for no specific reason. And then one other thing to keep in mind is if you were to transfer your points to an airline, some airline miles expire, but most don't. Generally, if there's any activity on the airline account, they won't expire at all. Like United, I don't think they ever expire. At American Airlines, they only expire if there's no activity on the account in 12 months. And you can easily trigger activity by booking a flight, by purchasing miles, by transferring miles in, using an American Airlines credit card, etc. So just keep in mind on when airline miles expire if you were to transfer them from the bank into the airline currency. And that way, if you're keeping an eye on both, you'll never lose your points. And real quick, if you want the exact step-by-step on all of this inside of one system, one program with other people doing it alongside you, that's what my program Credit Stacking 2.0 does. I'll link this right down below. This is an amazing program that teaches people on how to build strong credit, get the top credit cards, get approved for 0% interest business credit. And we also have a mentorship called Point Stacking that teaches you how to use your points effectively. That link's right down in the description. Give it a look if you're interested. But if you're not interested, you're just here for the free content on YouTube, that's totally fine. No pressure. Let's move to Rule 5. So Rule 5 is watch what closing does to your limits. When you close a card, you lose that card's limit, and closing the card limit will push your utilization up across if you're holding balances. And by having credit card limits that are higher on your personal credit report, it's going to make your credit report look more attractive for the lenders for when you apply for business credit cards. So you want to keep high limits for many reasons on the personal cards. One, so if you have balances or you will have a balance, you're gonna have a lower utilization, which is the percentage of the balance of your limit. And then also those higher limits are making your profile look more attractive. So if you have a funding application coming up soon, do not close cards before it. Keep your limits up, keep your utilization low, and get your approvals first, and then clean up your cards afterwards if you need to. If you need to close a personal credit card, do it after the business credit cards you get. So timing is everything. Closing a card a week before applying for a business credit card can tank your score, tank your limits, make your profile look less attractive. So here's a simple decision framework. Can you downgrade it to a no-fee card? Do that first. And actually, let me add this. Ask for a retention offer first. Retention offer would be first. If they don't have it for you, then ask them to downgrade you to a free version of the card. And if that option is available, you 100% should do that option and you should not close the account. And if you were to close the account, you want to make sure you're moving any points out to an airline partner or combining the points like at Chase with a different card first. So run every closure through that order. Think about those things before. Now, here's why all this actually matters beyond just the tidiness and the organization. Your personal credit profile is the engine for your business approvals. Okay, early on, that profile is what the banks underwrite you against. And every rule I just gave you is protecting your age, your limits, keeping your utilization low on a smaller percentage basis, and not torching your points either. So it's really about protecting the engine. And when you make sloppy decisions in credit, you can reduce your score, you can make yourself look less attractive, and you can make mistakes which will set yourself back farther and make it harder to get approved for business credit cards. So don't make sloppy mistakes. Follow this framework that I've been going through. And if you want the full picture, how to optimize your personal credit profile and how the business funding strategy all ties in together, how to optimize the profile, how to apply for business credit cards so you can maximize 0% interest business credit, I made a masterclass video on how to get approved for $250,000 at 0 interest for 7 to 18 months. I'll throw it up here on the screen. Feel free to click that video and go watch this video next. I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.